to display. So until all of us join hand, Martin Luther said, no slave master voluntarily allow the slave to go, that the slave must demand for it. It could be either by hook or by crook.
That's right.
And he said, when people begin to keep quiet when things are going wrong, they become accomplices of those things. I told someone, I said, it's because we are, yeah, it's because we still have we still have in Nigeria existing. That's why most of people are still building churches, they are still building mosques. By the time it collapses on everybody, everybody will find his own way.
Everybody will find his way. Adeza,
thank you so much. Like the issue, okay, finally, like the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
Make it quick.
That one, you see that it is, they don't want to release him.
No.
From what Supreme Court said, you see that systematically they are going by these parties to delay and delay and delay.
Exactly.
So I wish that somebody says that Nigeria should rise up. I think that's just where we are now. Until all of them rise up and say enough is enough. I don't know if APC bewitched them, because what APC did in the last 8 years, and Nigeria keep quiet. No other person has done and survived it. Even Obasanjo couldn't survive it. You see protests everywhere. But I just pray that as you are enlightening everybody and people are seeing the reasons, I think gradually we are coming to that point where revolution will take place.
Thank you.
It will just happen one night. Thank you so much.
I
look forward to meet you in Glasgow one day.
Rushing you at that end, right? It's
yeah.
And all that. Okay. So thank you very much for the brilliant part.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'll take another one, Baba. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So again, I am appealing to those who are still here, right? Even though we still have we still have like about 40 minutes to go, even though it's going to be past midnight in some places, especially in Nigeria. But if you have to go, okay, it's all right. But just don't forget, you need, You need to pay your offering. Like the broadcast, that's all you need to do. You've done everything else, right? Just like the broadcast. And here we are. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
The Prince
the
JJ
powerful Tukado Mike.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you, Baba?
I'm very well, oh. Thanks for asking. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Well done. The good work. Yeah.
Thanks, Baba.
With the fee Tukado Mike, the feel are not small. Yes, Baba.
I was like, where is Prince JJ, man? I didn't see him in the temple. But maybe you came late, and then I just didn't see you. It's good to hear from you.
Yes, so Baba, now they offer on because of some engagement, sha.
Oh, bless you. Talking about people, having to run your own personal life outside this often and all of that. There are people who are regulars on Mayegun's Diary Political that are going through so many things right now. I don't mean like I mean like being engaged to the point that by the time the little time you have for yourself, it's not even enough for you to go and sit and watch Mayegun. I've had people send me messages that, oh Mayegun, I feel so bad. I've not really been watching and they're catching up because of my engagement. It's the beginning of the year. Apart from me advising you to take it easy, okay? You can always come to the temple. It goes nowhere. And it's also crucial that you find time this evening. The Prince.
Yeah. Yes, I'm so happy to be on board.
Thank you.
Tonight. Yeah. Yeah, Baba. I don't know if you've seen this video of Konjo Wale dancing with Chetima.
I haven't. Is that the one they had there in Davos, Switzerland, where they were dancing Buga?
I don't even know what they were dancing to, Okay. Well, my concern is the way they gathered. I don't know that Okonjo well. I don't know if he knows that the person is dancing with his Boko Haram leader.
She probably does.
That's my concern.
But the fact that his Boko Haram or his terrorism is not going to touch her, she won't mind. That's how elite rolls, Baba. That's how they parole.
No, the thing is that, my concern when I saw that, I said, this woman, if you are dancing, if you are eating with spirit, you must have long spoon. If you want to dance with...
Have you forgotten?
Yes,
They
yes, I
kidnapped her
remember.
mother because she was she was trying to say that they should save money in Nigeria. Ridiculous things they happen for that place. So they kidnapped her mom, I think. She paid ransom.
Yes, yes, I remember. Then they wanted her to resign.
And now?
You know, that time her monetary policy was hitting the bureau de change of Fulani herdsmen. You know, there are two business in Nigeria is oil and the bureau de change. You know, the forest. That is the two business they do. They're where they get easy money.
Easy.
And after the easy money, what are they using it for? For terrorism, because their children all are Aramajari everywhere. You know, the money that they are getting, if they are using that money to set up, at least process the milk of their cow, by now their children will be eating cheese. They won't be on the street. You know, all of them will be gainly employed. But no, you know, their aim is to capture Nigeria with Ruga. You know, my concern when I saw that their dance, I said, Baba, this woman, she's supposed to give this man 1,000 ma if she's dancing at Abuja. Then one person will be dancing in Anambra. They will separate themselves, you know, because somebody dancing with Boko Haram, anything you can hear Bosa. You know, that's the thing. Everybody
he won't do Bosa for himself. He would rather watch Bosa of other people now. That's why maybe that's what Okonjo also felt like. He's here. He won't want to die as well. So probably he's safe.
You know, say you not go trust them. They can do and undo.
Trust anybody at all.
Honestly, Baba. You know.
Yes, man.
So, Baba, you see, the thing that worries me most is this. Our people in Middle Belt, I'm sure the people that was killed, some, you know, the one they told us that they could count officially is around 200 to 300. But there are some that run into the bush that couldn't find their corpse. You know, so if we put those one together, it may be rounding up to 500 to 1,000 people that was killed in that December Fulani herdsmen attack.
The 25th of the Christmas Eve attack.
Exactly. By now, by Nigeria did not declare any state of emergency on security. You know, that's what Nigeria should have done. And our religious leaders who are teaching us to, you know, to pray and do the right thing. How can people be killed like this? None of them could call out themselves to protest. Because all these people that were killed, it was through the Christmas Eve. They are all Christians.
That's right.
They are all Christians. But when we go to church, we pay
it's not the second time, it's not the third time, it's not the fourth time. In fact, it is not the 12th time. I'm talking about 12 years in a row. There is always going to be killings of Christians on the Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day. Abuja bombing was on Christmas Eve too, where Kaduru Shokoto, who is actually almost a free man now anyway, unfortunately.
Do you know they do this Christmas and New Year mostly. That's the time that they do all this. They do this their killing
every year.
Every year they don't miss it, and the government is not putting anything any measure to secure the people. You know, and there's nothing like state of emergency for people to know that things happened. You know, Nigeria is moving on. That's why you know that the country called Nigeria is a disaster. It's a disaster to everybody. You know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. God bless you. It's Biafra or Biafra.
That's right.
They live now they can for us. And they set a date of referendum, period.
That's right.
Thank you, Baba.
The other good news is that the Supreme Court has finally forwarded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's judgment to the High Court now. So his lawyers can look into it and they can begin to review that. And other political arrangement they said they are making behind the scene. Remember what I said about Mazi's detention, illegal detention? I said They can go and make deals with the devil. Nobody gives a damn. The conditions of any deal they make with the devil is on them, not on the man they illegally kept. I don't care. They should just let him go, even if they have to make deal with the devil. But I think the process is already begun anyway. So yeah, Prince Judgeman.
Thank you, Baba. More they look them now. More they look them.
That's right.
You
take it easy too, okay?
Take it easy, Baba. Respect, bye.
So I have another caller. We have just half an hour to go now. This is me reminding you that if you have not paid your offering, like in the broadcast, please do. You may just forget us. Oh, I wanted to like the broadcast. I forgot. I'm reminding you now. Hello there.
I make it again tonight. Happy New Year, Mayegu.
How are you?
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
This is Kenny calling from Moscow.
Baba, I saw that name, but I was telling myself, no, that can't be Kenny. No, that can't be Kenny. No, I'm not really sure. But in my mind, I was like, that must be Kenny. So it was you. Now I'm going to master that number now. How are you today? And how is Moscow?
We are feeling cool, yeah.
So
kudos to
I've been a freeze. Like
I'm on a freeze, Baba.
Is it freeze?
I want to greet Ahmed. That's why I want to mention. Say, Ahmed, well done. You have come to our area. He has come to the freezing cold. Last week was terrible. -27, -30. I said, God, when am I going to go back to Ondo State?
Like,
if Fulani go kidnap us.
You know?
I miss Ondo State. Maybe Fulani no kidnap us.
Every time you remember that Kusile is better than Kusiberry. Managing the code
seriously
is always better than getting used to the mosquitoes in your kidnapper's den in Ondo. So the choice will now make you feel like, you know what? I think I like the code. You know, like Ondo again.
Sure.
You know, they go Ondo State again. Say, not that I don't like. I love Ondo. I'm from Ondo State. I'm a Yoruba man, this or that. But I think I just love the code. I just kind of love the Moscow code. I say, about you. I say, I think they avoid the Fulani kidnappers. They, no. Avoid Wuke. No. I just kind of love code. I prefer code. So Kenny, it's really good to hear.
My ego, who no one eating mama food? My eat pounded yam, the one with the pan inside meta. My eat the original one. No be pando ya why they buy every time.
I know.
I am always concerned. When are we going to be free? My dream, the only dream I have in life now is to see that country break up so that we can be free from the shackles of this politician. I am still dreaming about it every day. And that is why I always stick to Mayegu, that when I come to Mayegu, I will meet people that have the same like mind, that they are going to speak the truth to power. No matter how bitter the truth is to the people, we don't give it down. And I'm always happy every day. And I want to use today to appreciate every one of us, starting from Mayegu, Prince Jejeman, Nnamdi Kanu, Ahmed, Our Lady Princess, our Mrs. to Beatrice, and the rest. Kudos to all of us. I believe that one day, the dream of we being in our own land will come to manifestation.
Amen.
Because no matter where we are in the world, it can home will always be home.
That is right.
A foreign land will always remain a foreign land. A foreign land will always remain a foreign land. We must have that in our mind every time. People are dying, tears every day, kidnappers. I watched that video yesterday of that man narrating his story about him and his children being kidnapped from their home. Just imagine, after many years of working in the service and he built a home, he couldn't stay in that home. Just imagine. Like me, I am not even thinking of buying a house now until we see that dream come to. No, I'm not thinking. I told my mom, I said,
ask others who have all these beautiful mansions in Nigeria, right? A lot of them, right? They are not visiting them anymore.
Mayegu, at Akure there, my uncle in US, if you see their mansion, well, can they go and stay there?
Why now take their children and go there for holiday?
Nobody can go there. X-Men everywhere. I remember then, they are still, when they will come to different farm, my friend will say, God saved me today. Oh, X-Men came to our farm. I say, X-Men came to your farm in Ondo State. X-Men in your farm in Ondo State. Just imagine.
Today,
they
now,
will
you
run.
now know that they are actually living very close to everybody in that
everywhere. Those forests in Akure, they are dear, because that is where I came from. I know deer. I know those forests very well. They are everywhere. They have surrounded us, like you always said. And I believe that one day we shall be free. Thank you, my Ego. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Kenny. That's a special one there from Moscow. About Moscow, one day, I will post a picture. All of you will say, where is this one? Poland, Moscow, Moscow. One day. So I will go and see people who can have time to watch and tune in to watching Mayegu, even from Moscow, Australia, New Zealand. You know those places? They are already in tomorrow. Me and you still there today. They are already in tomorrow. Except for Canada, which we are ahead of them. The African Wahala. How are you? Are you still there? Oh, sorry. I think I must have lost the African Wahala, who was my next caller, staying on the line. So I hope you get back again anyway. So let's go to the next caller. Here. Hello there.
Hello, my good evening from here.
Good evening to you, Baba. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm fine, and you?
Very well. Thanks.
Yesterday I tried calling in, but I didn't get through. Yesterday you released a lot of banger, you know, but it's like we used religion to distract a lot of us here yesterday. I was so a little bit, not that I'm angry, but this is everybody believe.
What we exposed, they plan to kill
you know, because yesterday
they just turn up to TB Joshua this thing. But again, here's another opportunity for us to talk about it. So go on.
This is the issue, you know. Yesterday you gave us a free will broadcast, heavy banger, a very deep insight, and even today, like this interview you just played now, I could remember when Dele Mahmood organized one program, Never Again. There was one. I forgot his name. Yakasua Odazo. I forgot the man's name.
Right.
I forgot his name. He was one old man, one of their elders, Elis, you know, in the north.
Oh, Yakasai.
When he got to the turn of Yakasaya, yeah. When he got to time of Nnamdi, when it got to time of Nnamdi Kanu told him, "Can we be honest once in this country?" He tried to this their entitlement mentality. Who is this one? Who is this one talking to me? Who is your father? You know, and can now challenge him. I wish you can find that program and cut that place and can challenge him about exactly what this guy said in this interview.
I will look for
you know, they have this entitlement. In this interview, he was mentioning not more than Nigeria. So how many times he mentioned Northerners? It's more than Nigeria itself with the entity. He's now measuring a small part of it, forgetting that there are millions of people sitting down in South and Middle Belt and South, East, wherever. He was only not.
It's like
that means
others. That's the way they think.
Yeah.
Do you know
yes.
That's
this
the way
is why
they're like is Nigeria is North and others. Go on.
I'm 48 years old. This is the stories my father told me. My father was only every time saying the North said, the North. Since I was small, the North.
The generation before me too, to the point that if you say something, they will say, if North says no, nobody can do it. I was like,
yes.
How does that make any sense? How does that make you a country? They will say, North will not agree. The North will not agree. Only if these Northerners will agree. And I'll be like, they won't agree, and all of you just be like, well, that's it. There's nothing we can do about it. How could you be comfortable with that?
Exactly.
No wonder they call us barbarians today. They say we no get respect.
Yes. And this now bring me to what Ahmed said. Ahmed said the day we started identifying who owns here and who is who. And that's what, if you watch it, this is why they are killing people. They never want anybody to identify. We are the South. We think we are fighting. The Hausas, they are cold, but the Hausas is just like waiting for these people in a hole with machete, it's everything, waiting. They are just waiting for us to push these people. The Hausa is going to finish them because Hausas are more aggressive, are more hotter than us in the South. But we are thinking that they are just taking our resources. Some of our educated people will be thinking that we are suffering. Blah, blah, blah. Hausas are more in trouble than us, but they can't do it. You saw when you brought out the map. He's saying the north, but look at the blue side. You know, it's only Sokoto, and few other three. So when you brought it out, you see, that map defeated this.
You can be looking at it and be talking too. Continue.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. So that map, that blue side now defeated all those not he has been calling. So these people, and this what Tinubu is trying to do to them now, although Tinubu is doing for his own gain, because if you watch Tinubu is a warlord, drug lord. So that mentality is still in his head. It's just like somebody.
It's about control and loyalty.
It's control.
Yes, you must be loyal to me, and you can have whatever you want.
And greediness. So that's Tinubu's side, and he want to be sure all these things are still in my care, not in the north, so it will not be far from me. So all these things they are doing, Obasanjo tried to do it in his tenure. Obasanjo made them hungry. Jonathan, that's why Obasanjo never forgive Jonathan. I was very, very angry about Jonathan because he asked Jonathan, step aside, let me deal with these people. Let me put somebody that we could be able to do it with them. But Jonathan refused. They deceived Jonathan with this Takia. This man said, why not bring this thing to the south? Why not in Enugu? Why not bring all this thing? He's a liar. They are paining. They are pained about what is going on. They never expected that somebody will remove those money. Even those, I told my friend last week that talking about all these things, Tinubu is moving now. The guy said, "What about the army? All the ammunition is in Kaduna." I said, "There's wharf in Lagos. They don't have water." Tinubu, and if wars come to wars, the South can abandon those who are dated ammunitions there for them and bring recent ammunition, current ammunition. So they are scared. And this man talking now,
this is the tip. They suspected that all this CBN, fan, they are just inconsequential.
Yes,
they are the tip
because this is where the money
is still to come. They don't trust him.
If you listen to Mazinda and Karo very well, Mazinda and Karo said they allowed them to touch money. They are so rich. They are so rich that if it's war, nobody can defeat them. They are so rich now. That's why they hate this guy. This guy opened their nyash. I was like waiting, listening to our maybe people discussing to bring more things to enlighten us more from what you said. But like you said, 2012, Nnamdi Kanu starts telling us that these people will come. They will change all the heads of the security to their own. They will kill people. They will watch, and nobody will do anything. Like this guy talking about a herdsman. When I took my WAEC in one village, we used to go at night to go and look for cashew nuts in the nearest village, about 10-15 kilometers with foot. We walk at night, one night, midnight, two, we walk there. We used to meet these Fulani people with their cows.
You know, if they have no audacity or effrontery to say they want to attack you, they would dare not.
If this type of Fulani we are seeing now is those Fulani, I would not be here talking today. This I'm telling you is about 20 years ago. I would not be
a long time ago.
Yes. So this one that are Fulanis now, they are with mission. Yes. They are on a mission. So they are just going, and people are just keeping quiet, looking at them, going. And yesterday somebody said something about the army. The armies, they can do it, but there's a very big problem in our security because these people now, they use their money to do recruitment of the people they wanted them to be in that army. This thing we are talking about kidnapping. Do you know how many people they are killing in army? Suppose that they are killing in army, people don't know about them.
No, Baba, no. They compromised.
Yes, if anybody, these junior armies, those days, junior armies can just rush and take guns and shoot and do something. If you open your mouth, because they planted 2 against 10. When you see 2 people, you see 8 abnormal people, abnormal people in their midst. So you cannot discuss anything with your colleague. You cannot, even this thing I'm telling you now.
You discussing your suicide there, they will kill you.
Yes, it happened among one of my friends that works in Nepal in Meduguri. They were discussing about Boko Haram. Before they get to their house, they already attacked their house, thinking that they are there. This is how this guy transferred himself. The other one forget about Nepal work and went back to Enugu. So all these things they are talking, I wish Tinubu and his squad will maintain this for this few 4 years.
Let us check out something. Oh, see something. See, Baba.
Yes, because they are hungry already. Thank you so much. Good night.
I appreciate that. Okay. You have a good one. Thank you so much. So I just, I just had a wonderful time this evening, I would say. And I bet a lot of you are also having wonderful time too, right? So I hope, you are reciprocating that by liking the podcast. Is that charm?
It's charm. Good evening, Michael. How are you?
I'm very well, oh, thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. Really nice, good talk today.
Thank you.
And yesterday's talk as well. And I echo the same sentiments with the last caller. I thought we're gonna be discussing about the expose you did on Namdi yesterday.
Especially talking about Femi Adesina's book, but things just took a different turn.
And we took a different turn.
And miracles.
But I think
and all of that stuff.
But I think that's the beauty of your show, actually, that it can go in any direction. And I guess you gave people the opportunity to.
I was being blamed. I didn't know they were using your Facebook yesterday. This my you are agreeing to rubbish. This my why are you agreeing to rubbish? What nonsense is this? I was like, I didn't know. All that time when I was kind of trying to listen to all parties to say their mind, right?
No, but
I was being
people are entitled to their.
Exactly. I say all the time. I said,
opinions,
when you call it, right? I don't know what you have in mind as you are calling it right now. I just have to listen, right? So
exactly.
I still got blamed. I'm okay. I'm used to it.
Well, like I said, there's something my father used to say when he was, God rest his soul. He would say, adults are able to dissent without causing dissension. You have to let people, say do whatever they want to do.
People don't see me that. Why are you like, cut it? Oh, Mayegu is shaking his head. Is Mayegu agreeing with this person? Mayegu, I'm very disappointed in you. Why are you agreeing with this person? I'm like, okay, what should I do?
No, you're not. You weren't agreeing. Neither were you disagreeing. You were allowing people to speak their mind, basically.
It is well, Thank you.
Anyway, regarding today's talk, I think what I heard mostly from what that guy was talking about was somebody who is not honest with himself. Who doesn't even see the impact of their so-called policies and strategy has actually disadvantaged his own people. And he still wants to maintain the same strategy, thinking that that's the same strategy that is going to work. Your people have been in power for decades.
At least 47 years on the last count.
47 years.
Nigeria's 63 years existence. 47 of it.
And 47 years. And your North, so-called North, is not paradise. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, every single one of you. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, and they still want to use the same strategy. You're talking about moving different parastatals and sectors from one. Onitsha is there, has more people there, so let's go there. This has more people there, let's go. This doesn't work. This doesn't.
And you even think he meant it too. He didn't mean it too. He had to mention that Onitsha before Kano. But
absolutely. Anyway. I'm coming to that, right?
Please.
Because but what I was looking at was listening to the strategy. Said something that hasn't worked in decades. You still want to carry on. Your people haven't been better off for it. No one in actuality has been better off for it. Instead, the country is more impoverished. In spite of the fact that it has all of these resources, you want to continue the same method. right? And then he talked about, just like the same last caller was talking about, all you heard was how the North is disadvantaged, how the North is, we were prosperous, how we were this and we were that and the other. Then what happened? What happened exactly? Why are you people poor? Why do you have over 20 million out of school children in your own side of the divide? Why? Do you know what? The man is ridiculous. And then he carried on to say, and then the way he even dismissed the South, Southwest, Southeast, that was the one that got me. You talked about Igbo people being, the Igbo people are clamoring for their own space. Meanwhile, they don't have the landmass, neither do they have the people. Do you know how many Igbo people you have in the world? You have over 45 million Igbo people. You say you don't have the numbers. You're a joker. You say we don't have the land.
It was all intentional. They make those statements, right? That
oh yes,
sadly, right? As ridiculous, as untrue as that statement is, right? That's how they keep repeating them. And guess what? There are Igbos who believe them. They will tell you, see, we don't have the land, Joe. We are landlocked. We must all tell ourselves the truth. The Igbo people don't have the Ginicon. You say, are you mad? Are you really mad?
Any Igbo person that believes that we are landlocked, when you have the river Niger, you must be daft.
And guess those who told them all those talking points, people like this. We are the biggest in Nigeria. The whole of Igbo land, all of them, all Igbos, you can put them inside the Zamfara state. All of them, they are not more than local government in Kaduna. These are people who are living in deserts. But they have masked it to look like they are living in a place so populated, and it's the biggest. And somebody who is educated from Southern Nigeria, is also re-echoing all those nonsense. That's the problem, Charm.
Yes, but the problem, like you always talk about in your show, is we have a lot of ignorant people. We have a lot of people who listen, but they do not hear, or hear, do not listen. They don't even try to do research and find out these things. I found out these things for myself. We're not landlocked. And even if we're landlocked, even if we are the smallest, we don't deserve a space of our own. Let us go. Let it be that we die where we are, no problem. We're entitled to our own sovereignty. We don't have to be bound together. No. You can let us go. If we die, let us die because as Igbo people, without being second-class citizens in our own land. And then finally, I've been thinking about, because your platform is very, very, I think if people really listen and hear, you start to do research and you start to think really about the problems that we have as a country or as a people, right? And I feel like the so-called heroes past, when the so-called British people gave us independence, right? And I feel like we were never given a true independence. I told you they gave us an illusion of freedom, right? That is what I feel. They never gave us an independence.
Illusion of freedom.
That illusion of freedom. Now we've been in so-called right? Yes. I put it this way. Let's say you put a monkey in a cage. You train that monkey to remain in that cage. And then one day you say, you know what? I'll just open this cage. You open the cage, the monkey doesn't go out.
I know.
Why? Because it has been trained to remain in those parameters. That's it.
Oh, the line is sort of going bad there. For some reason, I think it's the line or the network or both. You can hear me, right? Oh, Charm. Can you hear me? Oh, the line has finally gone really bad. Can you hear me? I can hear you, but it was like trickling in and off and on, back and forth. But can you hear me?
Okay, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I think it is better
perfectly
now.
I can hear you.
I just wanted to complete what you are saying without missing anything out. So please.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes. So I'm saying that I should have agreed that part of the independence should have been for us. We draw our original maps the way they were prior to being colonized. Okay, not the one that they gave to us, because the one they gave to us is problematic. The one they gave to us is for their own good, it's for their own benefit, not for our own benefit. And that is what we're suffering now. So our leaders did not do us, they did us a terrible injustice that generations are still suffering
so
from.
What makes them heroes then?
Like,
that's the question people ask. So if we say our heroes past, our heroes past, our heroes past, what really makes them heroes if all the future they possibly plan for us is the one we are in now? A quagmire that has made us like at the precipice of total balkanization, like total breakup. So what makes all those people heroes?
Yes.
Or is it those who
they're not heroes.
succeeded them that were like, go on?
Maybe it's the fact to call them heroes is because they gave us an illusion of freedom, an illusion that we were independent.
Well, that makes sense.
Whereas we were not independent. It's only now that we're discovering that we're not independent. Even Africa as a whole, because we were withdrawn so that, I don't know if you remember what they said, the scramble for Africa, where they drew up Africa and shared it among themselves.
Berlin Conference, I think it was the Berlin Conference of 1887 or thereabouts. Towards the end.
Yes. Has it ever occurred to anyone to ask France as a country who drew their boundaries? Who said to them, okay, your boundaries can be from here to here? Whose permission did they take to draw those boundaries? Nobody. And here we are begging them to allow us to have our own boundaries. We live in an unjust world, and I don't know whether or not we're going to come out of this.
Well,
anyway,
we'll never stop pushing. We will push, and we will
push. But I'm just saying that it's an uphill task.
It's so unjust. Remember that this whole world is. I mean, this life is already rigged against us already. The world is leading us. If you are born in Nigeria, if you are a Nigerian and your third name is not Tinubu, Babangida, Obasanjo, Abacha, or even Gandola, the world is. This life is already leading you by 4-0. So then you have to now start the war to equalize. Some of you don't equalize. A lot of you are in America having good lives. Some of us are in the UK, all over the world. Some are in Nigeria. They've managed to equalize. They are now at 4-4.
I don't agree that is. No, I don't agree that is. That is equalizing. Okay. No, I don't agree that is equalizing. Because what we are doing, if you look at it, is we are paying into the GDP of another country. We are paying into the progress of another country.
Us. That's what I mean. Like, you and I didn't make that happen. We're born into all of this. Do you get that? We were born into this until it got to this. Even our own children, right? They are going to end up in it as well, right? So at the end of, but you go on. Sorry.
Yeah, but what we are fighting for is for us not to be in that situation.
Exactly.
For us to be determine our own self, determine our own future, determine our own progress, and move forward, because we're not doing that. I feel like they have all the benefits. Yeah. Even if we continue in this particular situation, right? Nigerians will keep on living, Africans will keep on living, and they come here, right? And then they keep on, they do well enough to pay taxes. Where do the taxes go to? Do they go to Nigeria? No. Do they go to any other? They go to the same country that put us in the same mess that we're in. Right, so I don't see us equalizing. I don't, like I said, this is not a just society.
I know. Charm.
Anyway, I just wanted to contribute to that.
You just did, and thank you very much from that angle that you also kind of joined it from. Okay, I appreciate that. I'll take my last call because the time is totally out now. I thought I took your call earlier. The African Wahala, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Right. I thought I picked your call earlier when I saw that that image, but somehow I lost it. So somehow I lost you there. So I decided to take this, and then let's give you just a minute or two.
I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Going past midnight. So to add to what Champ said, and that's why I called her. She said exactly what I was going to say initially. Now, let's imagine an alternate history where Africans were the ones that conquered Europeans and Arabs. Now, in the Western African region, where they call the Gulf of Guinea, we had the Oyo Empire, the Benin Kingdom, the Dahomey Kingdom, Jebu Kingdom. Imagine all these kingdoms sat together in a conference in Ibadan.
Ibadan conference.
Remember, the Ibadan conference. Remember, they're the ones that have the powers. So they had conquered Europe. Then they created a huge country out of Europe. In that country, we have Italians, French, Germans, Irish, Anglo-Saxons, Polish, all types of Europeans. Now, for the next 120 years, that large imaginary country has consistently destroyed the lives of at least 85% of the population consistently, non-stop for 120 years. These guys, their lives have been ruined. 85% of them. Do you think those Europeans will still hold on to such a country in 2024? So this question is for those people that still love Nigeria. And I understand. You get it. I'm coming from a psychological perspective. We saw what was going on in the Nations Cup when Cote d'Ivoire lost to Equatorial Guinea 4-0. Cote d'Ivoire citizens were crying, very, very sad. People were smashing their TVs because people have grown, you've been indoctrinated to love your country. But when you come to a position in life that you realize that your country is not working for you, it has never worked for your progenitors, and it was created by strangers from another continent for their own benefits. Why are you still holding on to such a country? From a psychological standpoint. Yeah, so I really want people to start thinking this way. It's understandable. Throughout your entire lives, you've been a proud Nigerian. Oh, I'm proud of Nigeria, my country. We're singing the national anthem when you were in primary school,
national
secondary
pledge,
school.
national days.
Oh, I pledge to Nigeria, my country. You were proud. Yeah, I'm in Nigeria. Oh, we're Nigerians.
We didn't know they were indoctrinating us, the African Wahala. They were indoctrinating us as kids. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. I have to be faithful. I have to be loyal. I have to be honest with Nigeria, my country. But the criminals running the place, they are not truthful. They are not loyal. They are not honest. Is that fair? African Wahala. That's not fair.
How?
That's not a fair deal.
It's ridiculous.
I'm supposed to be
loyal,
but they are not.
What kind of deal is that?
It's unfair. People should be thinking. They should start thinking like you just said.
And you have no control. Like, honestly, just think about your psychology. As an adult, you've lived in the world for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. You are proud. Nigeria, let me happy. I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about? You have no say in the creation of this country. The country has punished you and your family members, and you're still proud of holding on to that country. Well, thank you, Mike. We'll let me take too much
the African Wahala. Thank you so much for not letting us miss out on that. Okay, a lot of people seems to agree with you that it's true. In that kind of talk, you go say, and that is where we're going to end it tonight. Stay safe, Baba. You have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, thank you so much, everyone who has been with me tonight. Okay, I want to be so kind of grateful again to those who have indeed participated in the chat tonight. So there's no point in waiting for my other closing statement. It's probably just a bollock to talk, right? And I don't want to keep you here any longer. So thank you, I will say. I will see you some other time, but please do me that favor. I always ask for it, okay? If you haven't, like the broadcast, share it, and you have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Ayébi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary na ibi number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ o, làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun Diary na ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n ní.